welcome back. Today I would like to do a little sketchbook work, and I thought it would be nice to take a little break from flowers and do some still life. So I decided a lemon would be a really fun thing for us to do, especially because it's summer. Now I'm also going to show you a really easy, fun background technique that I think you're going to love. I have watched an artist for many years who uses this technique, and I've never really tried it, and I've always wanted to. So that's what we're doing today. If you're new here, my name is Teresa. I'm a surface pattern designer and watercolor artist. Now, the first thing that we're going to paint is the background. So I will be showing you this technique immediately. Now, the artist that uses this technique is French, and so I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to say his name. I'll just link his Instagram below so that you can go check it out for yourself. And go back pretty far, a couple of years or so, because I guess maybe 2 years ago, he was doing a lot of these urban type portraits where it'd be like the father and a child walking along, or a woman and her mother walking. And so they're very action oriented. And it's the whole body kind of portrait, super cool. And then he does this fantastic background that's really kind of quick and easy. It's not the whole background, it's just a little piece of a background, which I will show you in just 2 seconds. But it adds so much character to the whole thing and action. It really interjects action into his portrait. So just go check that out, okay? That's what we're doing today. So we're going to need a flat brush for this background. I'm using a 1 inch just because it seems to be a pretty good size for my paper here. You can use any size you want. And I used to think that he was doing this with one stroke, but really when I started studying it, it's not just one stroke. You can do multiple strokes. So let's look at what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to take my flat brush and I want a blue background. So I'm using some cerulean with just a hint of indigo mixed in with it. And I want kind of a watery technique. So we're going to make a swoosh around this lemon. So I'm going to start at the bottom and swoosh up to the top. Oh, but I forgot to tape my paper down. I like in my sketchbook to tape the edges even when I'm not doing a border necessarily, just to protect the edges of the pages underneath, because I can get kind of sloppy. So I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to place my brush close to my line, and we're going to have to go around that little bump on the bottom, and then I'm going to swoosh up just like that. Let me fine tune that a little bit. Okay, oh, see that dry brush stroke is really what we're going for. So I'm going to smooth out our beginning spot because I want a dry brush streaking all the way around it, you know, on both ends of it. Now notice I went over my leaves. I did that on purpose. I left the lemon without any paint on it. But the leaves, especially since I'm using a light color, I just went right over those. And that's going to be just fine, because we can paint over that with the green and it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. But if we had gone over the lemon, it probably would have shown through. And sometimes that's fine, but I just really wanted to preserve my lemon. And I could have gone darker. Now that I'm looking at it on the paper, I really could have gone darker with the blue. And I could actually have dropped in other colors, but this is my first time doing this, so I'm just going to let it be just like this, and we'll see how it works out. And then I'll know. Maybe in the future I'll use more colors or use darker colors. But for today, I'm just going to leave it light. I think you can probably see it well enough anyway. Now I'm just going to fill in my lemon, thinking about where do I want my shadows and where do I want my highlight. So I know that the shadow over here next to this leaf that's going over the top, it needs to be darker over here and then it'll be lighter on the other side. Plus I'm going to skip a few spots for some white highlights. So there's nothing special here. I'll just work slowly to fill this in the way that I want it to be. And if you are a member of my Brunch at Beela's newsletter, you already have this sketch in your email. So the July newsletter included this sketch for you. So that'll make it a little easier if you want to just paint the same thing that I'm painting. And if you don't have it, then that's okay. You can draw your lemon the way you want it and paint that with me. So I'm just going to spend a little time here working with my base to get it just the way that I want it. Let's drop in some deeper pigment over here for some shadows. And I'm going to use yellow ochre for my shadow underneath the leaf. I'm probably going to come back on that a couple of times. I love it when a lemon has a little bit of green on it, so I am going to add 2 green patches. One on the side here and then one at the top. And I'm going to do it slowly so that I don't overdo it. I'm probably going to need more than this, but we'll just see. Let's see how light that dries. Definitely need more yellow ochre here. And we can go ahead and start on our branches and our leaves and just fill those in. Now this painting took me 20 minutes to paint from start to finish, but I am not going to make you sit through all the repetitious parts, just so that we can keep the video moving forward. Showing you one leaf I think is sufficient for you to see what I'm doing, rather than making you sit through me painting all 6 leaves exactly the same. Because basically I am just filling in our sketch. So you can expect that the painting is going to take you approximately 20 minutes. And then I'm going to use this little stippling brush to make the little texture of the lemon. So I'll go kind of light at first, and I may come back and add more in a moment. Okay, I definitely wanted more green here. That looks much better. And for the shadows on my leaves, I'm using perylene green. So everything so far in this composition is really the same value throughout. So we really need some darker colors. So the perylene will be a nice contrast. Okay, I'll just go back over it one more time for some more texture because that dried pretty light. And now that it's dry, yes, I wish I had gone with a deeper blue. It would have popped more, I think. and I could have used 2 different blues. So the artist that I saw using this technique, he often does use multiple colors in his background swooshes. So this was a great experiment, and now I know to go a little darker with my background. And perhaps next time I'll experiment with different colors in the background. If you give this a try, please let me know what you think of this background technique. Thanks for painting with me today, and I'll see you again in just a couple of weeks.